World Athletics nail-biter, Wightman shines in silver while Kerr's heartbreaking injury shocks 1,500-meter final. A night that shook the 1500 m. There are races that deliver drama. There are races that crown champions. And then, once in a generation, there are races that break hearts, stir souls, and leave the entire world breathless. The men's 1,500-meter final at the 2025 World Athletics Championships in Tokyo was one of those nights. It was supposed to be a celebration of British dominance, a showcase of two extraordinary talents, Jake Wightman and Josh Kerr, teammates, rivals, and friends who had raised British middle distance running back to global heights. Instead, it became a tale of triumph and tragedy, Wightman soaring to silver in a performance of pure grit, while Kerr's race ended in heartbreak after a devastating injury. The build-up, dreams of double glory. British athletics had not buzzed with this much excitement in decades. Not since the days of Coe, Ovet, and Cram had the Union Jack flown so high in the 1500 m. Jake Wightman, the 2022 world champion, had proven himself as one of the most tactically astute runners in the sport. His ability to judge pace, conserve energy, and unleash a devastating final kick made him a medal favorite in Tokyo. Josh Kerr, the reigning Olympic champion, had the power of belief on his side. In Paris 2024, he shocked the world by outkicking Jakob Ingebrigtsen, cementing himself as a fearless racer who thrived under pressure. The dream? A British 1-2 finish. The plan? To bring home double medals in the event Britain once ruled. Fans filled the stadium waving flags. Commentators teased the possibility of history. Rivals respected but feared the British duo. The stage was set. The race begins. The finalists stood at the line. 15 men, 15 dreams. Among them, Kenya's Abel Kipsang, Ethiopia's Samuel Tefra, Spain's Mohamed Keita, and Norway's Jakob Ingebrigtsen, hungry to reclaim his crown. The gun fired. The pack surged forward. The opening lap was measured, tactical. Ingebrigtsen took the lead, setting a pace that discouraged complacency but avoided recklessness. Wightman tucked in, conserving energy. Kerr, as always, stayed close to the leaders, his eyes locked on the track ahead. The tension was palpable. The 1500 m is as much chess as it is running. One misstep, one poorly timed surge, one stumble, and dreams vanish. Kerr's cruel twist of fate. At 700 meters, disaster struck. As the pack jostled for position, Kerr shifted to the outside to avoid traffic. His stride faltered. His face twisted in agony. In an instant, he clutched his hamstring, stumbling before collapsing onto the track. The stadium gasped. The dream was shattered. Officials rushed in, lifting him off the track as he shook his head in disbelief. Kerr's race, his championship, was over. Commentators' voices cracked with emotion. Oh no, Josh Kerr is down. This is devastating, absolutely devastating for the Olympic champion. Teammate Wightman, still locked in battle, didn't turn. He couldn't. In that moment, his job was to keep running. But he felt it. Everyone did. Wightman's fight. The race didn't pause for heartbreak. It pressed on. With 600 meters to go, Ingebrigtsen surged. Keita responded. Kipsang followed. Wightman stayed tucked, refusing to be shaken. The bell rang for the final lap. The pace ignited into fire. Ingebrigtsen still led, his stride long and fluid, his breathing under control. Keita shadowed him, teeth clenched. Wightman held third, waiting for his moment. Down the back straight, Wightman moved wide. His arms pumped, his eyes fierce. With every ounce of strength, he pushed forward, surging past Kipsang and locking onto Keita's shoulder. The final bend was chaos, roars from the crowd, bodies straining, history hanging in the balance. The lean at the line. As they sprinted down the home straight, Ingebrigtsen's golden hair streamed behind him. Keita clawed at the gap. Wightman thundered forward, his legs burning, his lungs screaming. They hit the line almost together. Gold, Jakob Ingebrigtsen, 3 minutes and 28.88 seconds. Silver, Jake Wightman, 3 minutes and 29.02 seconds. Bronze, Mohamed Keita, 3 minutes and 29.11 seconds. It was a nail-biter, a masterpiece of endurance, courage, and heart. Wightman dropped to his knees, gasping for air, tears mixing with sweat. He had given everything, absolutely everything. And though silver wasn't the gold he craved, it was a victory of its own, a tribute to resilience in the face of devastation. The agony of Kerr. As Wightman celebrated, Kerr sat in the medical tent, his leg wrapped, his dream in tatters. Cameras captured him shaking his head, mouthing words few could hear. Not like this. For an athlete who had climbed the mountain in Paris, to fall so suddenly in Tokyo was cruel. Yet as news of his injury spread, support flooded in. Seb Coe. Josh Kerr has the heart of a lion. He'll be back. British teammates, Josh is one of us. This isn't the end. Fans on social media. No medal can measure his spirit. Kerr later posted on Instagram. Sport can be beautiful. It can also be brutal. Tonight was the latter. But I promise you, this is not the last you'll see of me. A silver of gold. For Wightman, the silver medal was bittersweet. He wanted gold. He wanted to stand atop the podium. But he also knew what his performance meant. He had carried the British flag when disaster struck. He had salvaged glory from heartbreak. He had shown the world that British middle distance running was not just a story of talent but of grit, loyalty, and pride. His interview after the race summed it up. That one was for Josh. We both dreamed of this final. Tonight I ran with him in my heart. The rivalries renewed. The Tokyo final didn't just make headlines for British drama. It reignited rivalries that will shape the sport for years. Ingebrigtsen versus Wightman, their rivalry, already legendary, burned brighter. Wightman's silver proved he remained Jacob's greatest threat. Kerr's redemption arc, when he returns, the hunger will be unmatched. Keita's rise, the Spaniard confirmed himself as a permanent fixture on the podium. The 1500m has become track and field's gladiator arena, unpredictable, thrilling, and heartbreakingly human. The human side of sport. The Tokyo final reminded the world of sport's dual nature. It can deliver ecstasy and agony in the same heartbeat. For the fans in the stadium, the emotion swung wildly, from gasping horror at Kerr's fall to euphoric cheers at Wightman's charge. For the athletes, the race was a lifetime condensed into 4 minutes, dreams realized, dreams shattered. And that is why sport endures. Because in its highs and lows, we see ourselves, our struggles, our triumphs, our resilience. What the future holds. For Wightman, his silver is a stepping stone. He has shown he can go toe-to-toe with Ingebrigtsen, and he will return hungrier than ever. For Kerr, his story is not over. If anything, this heartbreak is the spark for a future redemption arc, perhaps at the Olympics. For Britain, the nation is blessed. To have two of the world's best in the same event is a gift, a revival of the golden age of Coe and Ovid. The future of the 1500m is brighter and fiercer than ever, a nail-biter etched in time. The 2025 World Championship 1,500-meter final will be remembered not just for who won but for what it meant. It was a race that tested hearts as much as legs, a reminder that in sport, triumph and tragedy walk hand in hand. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Till next time.